We have to spend a lot of money on security issues, both in the public sector and the private sector. It's a waste of national resources. A few people engaged in criminal conduct is causing us to direct a lot of resources to them, to control them and their behavior and to protect ourselves from them. And those millions that we're spending on national security were being spent on education and health and infrastructure and so on. So they are damaging us in more ways than one. I see people asking, are the criminals causing foreign investor? But that's foreign investor. What about local people? What about local allocation of resources? We are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on security items to keep people out of your yard. And of course, there are families who have members of their families who are murderers, killers who are known to them. They're supporting them, hiding them. Some of them hiding the guns for them. And at the end of the day, we are wasting lives and resources.
You're losing the war against the criminal element. You're losing the war against the criminal element. But you hold the government accountable. And the government must be held accountable. The country is awash in blood. There isn't a news item in this country where there isn't a good chance that a major part of the news is who killed who. The people of this country are quite correctly holding this government accountable to secure the country and to make you feel safe.
Question 9. Will the Prime Minister state whether he will consider the former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith's request to meet with him as well as the opposition leader to discuss solutions to our raging crime crisis?
I have very good reasons not to meet with Gary Griffith under any circumstances. As far as meeting with the opposition is concerned, I meet with them all the time in this chamber, in front of you, Madam Speaker, and they have obstructed every single attempt we had to fight crime in this country. We will not cooperate with government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. We will isolate them for as long as they're in office until they leave office.
Mr. Prime Minister, is it not abundantly clear to you that you have failed? Mr. Prime Minister, is it not abundantly clear to you that you have failed?
You call on the Prime Minister to do something about crime. I'm not in your bedroom. I'm not in your choice of men. You're losing the war against the criminal element. You're losing the war against the criminal element.
Mr. Prime Minister, would you not say that there are benefits to consultation with people who may know more than you about the crime situation in Trinidad?
Prime Minister.
The member might be surprised, but we do that all the time. You're losing the war against the criminal element. I could speak about one of them who over and over tells the country at press conferences every 2 or 3 days that they will support nothing that the government brings to the parliament because they have some kind of grouse. Take an oath of office to look after the people's interests without fear or favor, malice or ill will, but going out there and telling the media every Monday morning they will support nothing that the government brings here. We will not cooperate with the government of Trinidad and Tobago on any matter. We will isolate them for as long as they're in office until they leave office. This is not the beginning of the end. It is the end of the beginning of our action, but it is the beginning of the end of the Kamla Prasad regime. The beginning of the end of the Kamla Prasad regime. Hold the government accountable, and the government must be held accountable. The country is awash in blood. There isn't a news item in this country where there isn't a good chance that a major part of the news is who killed who. And when you have had enough of what we have done, you know exactly what to do. You know what to do.